Hello and welcome back. In this video, we will be going through the installation prerequisites for osTicket. Now, osTicket is basically a open source software that you can use ticketing systems and basically just configure a bunch of stuff so you can practice with the ticketing system and get a better understanding and intuition for it basically. All right, so we'll just go to Microsoft Azure, and then we'll go to resource groups, and then we'll create a new resource group called osTicket. Yeah, it already popped up, so we'll be using the same region, East US 2, and then we'll just go ahead and review and create. Alright, so the resource group got created. We'll go ahead and create a Azure virtual machine and then use the osTicket resource group. We'll call this osTicket, and we will be using Windows 10 Pro. Got the same size. We'll name this lab user as well, and a special password of your choice. Licensing. For this, we don't have to really create. We can create a new virtual network. It's okay. Just go ahead and review and create. Alright, so our deployment is complete, so we'll just go to that resource right now. Grab the public IP address, and we'll just boot up RDP. We'll just switch that. Since it's the first time we're logging in, it's just going to take a little while. No, accept. I'm just going to double check something. Okay, boom. Alright, so we'll just open up Microsoft Edge, because we're going to be installing all these dependencies, and I have the Google Drive for the file, so we're just going to go ahead and just grab that link. Get rid of all this. Download anywhere. I just want to unzip this onto my desktop, so it's just easier to move around. So we're just going to put that onto our desktop. Alright, so now that we see it's extracted, we'll go ahead and go to the folder, and first we're gonna install. We have to install and enable Windows Internet Information Services. So we'll be going to Control Panel. Oh. Just gonna open that. We're going to go to Programs, and we're going to turn Windows features on or off. So when we get here, we got to go to Internet Information Services, and we're just going to check this, and then we're going to go to World Wide Web Services, Application Development Features, and we're going to check CGI. Now that we have that, we can just press OK. Alright, so now that we have Internet Information Services installed and enabled, we can go ahead and install PHP Manager for IIS first. Next, agree, next. And then we can just close that. Next, we'll be installing the rewrite AMD. So we'll just accept that. And then we're going to create a directory in our C folder called PHP. So I'm just going to open up a new one. We'll use this one. And we're just going to create the folder right here. We're just going to call it capital PHP. So we can extract some folders into there. So now we're going to unzip this PHP. We're going to unzip that file into what we just created. I'll go down here, PHP, extract. I'll put that to the side for now. And we're just going to install this redistributable. everything's looking good. So now we're just going to go to MySQL and start that up. I accept. So now we're going to do a typical setup. Install this. And we're going to make sure this box is checked because we still have to do some configurations. Next, we're going to go with standard configuration. Next. And then for this, we can't mess this up. So we're just going to type in ROOT. ROOT. That's it. Because we're going to use this for the osTicket database. So we just want to make sure everything's good. And we're just going to execute that. Just going to take a little bit of time. Almost done here. Everything's good to go. So next, we're going to open IIS as an admin. Internet Information Services. We enabled this to run on our computer, so now we can see it. Because before, if you typed in IIS, it would not have showed up. So we're going to run that as administrator. And we're going to register PHP from within the IIS. So I'm going to go to PHP Manager. And we're going to register a new PHP version. So we have this executable. So we're going to go to PHP and we're going to use PHP CGI. This is the executable we'll be using. So now that we have that, our PHP manager is running up. And we're just going to restart this. So we're going to reload it by just pressing stop and start again. Now we can install osTicket. So we're going to go back to the folder and we're going to unzip the osTicket folder into a certain part of our directory. So we're going to browse. We'll be going to Windows, C drive, and then we'll be going to inetpub. So from inetpub, we'll be going to www.root. And we're just going to upload the ticket here. Upload osTicket from here. Alright, so now that we have this extracted into the www root file, we'll rename upload. This right here, we're going to name it osTicket. So we'll just type in lowercase os, capital T, ticket. That is renamed now. So we're just going to go back to IIS. We're going to stop the server and reload it again. So just stop and start. So now that this is installed, we can go to Sites, Default Website, and we can see our osTicket. So now we can press Browse 80 and we'll be loading our osTicket. So we're not entirely done yet. We got the osTicket running, but we have some extensions that are not installed. So if we go back to PHP manager and we double click PHP manager, we can enable and disable extensions. So we'll be enabling IMAP. That's a email extension. So we'll just enable that. We'll be enabling INTL as well. So we'll just enable that. And OP cache. This one right here, OP cache. Alright, so now if we reload the server, the web server, we could see that those extensions are now able to be used. We have to go back into the directory for osTicket, and we have to rename one folder, one thing. So we'll just go back here, go to osTicket, go to include, and if we scroll down, we'll see osTicket OST sample config. We're going to rename that to OST config. Alright, so that's good to go. I'm just going to refresh it for the heck of it. And we're going to assign permissions to OST config as well. Now this is something you wouldn't really do in real life, but for the lab purposes, we will be doing this. So we're just going to go to OST config properties and go to security, advanced, and we're just going to disable the inheritance for all this. We'll be adding, we go to select a principal, and we'll type in everyone. And you check the name to see if it exists, and it does. So we'll just do full control, OK, apply, and it's good to go. Okay, just minimize that. And now we can continue setting up osTicket on the browser. So we'll just put in some credentials. I'll call this my name, Carl's help desk. Just use my email. And we'll just make a fake email for this one because it can't be the same. And for the admin user, we'll just call this admin user for the username. Admin user. Password, we'll just do password 1, capital P. Now we can't install yet because we still haven't installed the Heidi MySQL database. So now we're just going to go back to that folder and we're going to install this. This is the last. We installed everything here, but we haven't installed this yet. So we'll just boot that up. I accept. Next. 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 So we're just going to launch Heidi SQL. And skip. So now, got the session manager booted up. So we're just going to create a new session. And for the password, it is root from what we did before. Oh, 1 second. I think I did something wrong. Nope. So I'm just gonna type in root. All right. So now that we have this booted up, we're gonna click on this little dolphin thing. Right click on that. Create new. We're gonna create a new database just for osTicket. So we'll be calling it OS with a capital T because this is the folder that it'll be going to, the folder that we renamed before. So we got our osTicket right here. And then we'll continue setting up the osTicket in the browser so we can see that all the data has been transferred. osTicket with a capital T, and then root and root. Install now. Just going to take a moment. Alright, so now that everything's installed and ready to go, you are good to go. We can double check to see if everything's okay by browsing to our help desk login page. And we'll type in admin. You can see my name right here. And password 1. Just double check, see if I word. All right, so we're in the agent panel. Sure. We're in the agent panel and we can see that osTicket was installed properly. Get a little, this is not really a ticket, but it's just a notification from the software welcoming us. All right. Thank you for coming to this lab. That concludes the osTicket prerequisitions for installation, and I'll see you in the next one.